Hey, so I wanted to talk about one of possibly the greatest games of all time, Doki Doki Literature Club. By the way, this review has spoilers, like major spoilers. So, it starts out as one of the very cute visual novels with some dark undertones and deep storylines for the characters, right? Well, that's all fine and dandy, but then it takes a dark turn when longtime childhood friend Sayori um, kills herself. Yes. Uh, it's very sad, especially after she confesses her love to you and also talks about some depression that she has. It's very saddening and honestly a bit disturbing, especially with the song Sayonara playing in the background. By the way, soundtrack to this game, fantastic. Team Salvato, really good. Of course, this game also has a ton of theories, which I think is a bit weird because I think the storyline is very linear, especially when you don't go digging around in the character files, which is very interesting about the character files. Because the character files end up getting deleted after every death of a character. I'm not entirely sure uh, if every character can die in a single run, but when they do die, it's very horrible and horrifying. I think that Yuri and Sayori's deaths are. I think they're more disturbing than Natsuki's death. With Natsuki, she snaps her neck, but it's not like she uses her hands. She just kind of turns her head 90 degrees, and then her neck is just kind of, and then she like goes like way near the screen and all that, and it feels like a bit more gamey, like it feels like a bit more like a video game, like fake death. Whereas Yuri and Sayori, you could actually die by hanging yourself or stabbing yourself 3 times, 2 to the stomach and 1 to the chest. Uh, of course, like Sayori and Yuri, especially since their deaths make sense. Yuri has some hinting that she cuts herself, and eventually you can actually see her arm with a bunch of cut marks on it. But then, and of course, Sayori hinting at depression and all that. But then, Natsuki, who hints at her dad beating her and all that, with an abusive father and such, you'd think, wouldn't it make more sense for her dad to have maybe beat her to death? I mean, that would have made sense to me, but that's not what happens, which is really weird, in my opinion. Of course, you know, there's always Monica's death, which is probably the most video game death ever, because you take her character file and delete it. And that's how she dies. And this game is really interesting too because it tells its story while adding and then deleting files from your computer. Of course, it doesn't like actually delete any like real files that you have on your computer. That'd be weird. Um, but it does delete in-game files. And Monica, who breaks the fourth wall out of all of them, she breaks it the most. She can tell uh, she knows that you're real. She says you're real. And she knows when you're using a certain type of software. And she knows that this game is on Steam. And you know, I really don't like exclusive games. I really don't. That are exclusive to one platform. But this game really only works on a computer, and it's still really good. Uh, I give this game 9 out of 10. Go play it. It's incredibly good. Alright. See, the thing is, my camera isn't turning off.